Few better places in the country weather-wise this time of year than this one right here, Tampa, Florida, at beautiful Raymond James Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Ready, ready. Now.
Off the play fake. Chavez. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Here's Chavez. Off play action. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Now Chavez. From the gun, he'll throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Fielded at the 33. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out. 1st and 10 at the 45. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
You better get in the weight room, son. I'm too strong out here. Too big for you. Come on,
and for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
Five. Ready?
They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Recon, 132 fighter.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Levante David in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, Orville.
Now Chavez to throw on 2nd down. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. And Walker has it.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They go back to the ground with Sanders. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Chavez operating from the gun. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas, touchdown number 18 on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead.
Next to score, Saints 7, Buccaneers nothing. Will Lutz to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, A 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, Charlie. Get it.
Here's 2nd and 8. That one brought in by his tight end, Adam Shaheen. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. Now a first down carry by Jones. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 37-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
I can't believe they even let you play. 48 for Mike. Hey. Mike, 48.
Hey, seam 6.
48's to Mike.
Hey.
48's to Mike. Check Mike.
Ready.
2nd and 10. Able to find Shaheen here. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
Buccaneers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Saints 7, Buccaneers nothing.
Ready? 10-2 start.
Bang it. Sponge.
On first down, Jones takes to midfield, but no further, just a yard there.
Oh, yeah.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They're going to need some therapy after this. Mike, 48.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 40.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. But the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Back to throw now on first down. Pretty move. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Bravo.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on second and 10.
General West.
Mike 48.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
Hey, Delta.
Check 48's the Mike.
Now.
He'll drop to throw. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. That'll be complete to Cook. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
48, foxtrot. Watch the curl. Mike, 48, Mike.
They'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was looking for the tight end, Adam Shaheen, that time, and it's 3rd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
48 for Mike. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Mike, 48. Watch the screen. Hey, wahoo. Check, 48's the Mike. Hey. 48's Mike. 48.
They'll look to throw. This is caught. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
4th down and 1.
Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a 1st down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Chris Godwin with touchdown number 12 on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Watch one.
Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 77 yards. And the Saints have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. He finds his target. It's Evans. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you across state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
But remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Chavez. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield. And now it's second down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's Sanders, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Ready up. Here we go. Run the mic. Watch one. Watch one. Go. Go.
Chavez now to throw on 3rd down. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 14 yards is the pickup. 1st down, New Orleans.
6-6. Pull it high.
Here's Chavez on 1st down. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
So nice number one. Hey, nice 7. Get it.
Now Chavez throwing again. And that's complete to Sanders. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Now Chavez to throw. From the gun, he'll throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
8-yard pickup. 1st down, Saints.
On the ready. Bud. Single. 17. Ready to go. Check him out. He's going to sit right over the middle. Watch the middle. Tie that left. 7's a Mike. Mike 7. I'm scared. 6. Rock it. Ready.
Chavez throwing on 1st down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Thomas the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And Lutz puts this one through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll go again to Jones. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 7.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Go. Hey, orbit. Now. 33 on the ball. There. Lucky. Go. 5.
They'll drop the throw. Able to find Shaheen, the tight end. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
48 Mike. Watch the pass. Hey, alert 48. Hey, we don't like the 48 right now. Look, squeeze. Time, guys, out of time. Let's get off the field.
He'll look to throw. Buying time to us, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Bobby Wagner, the former second-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Watch the twitch. Watch the twitch. 80 weapons. Hey, look, 48. Look, hey, we don't like the 48 right now. Let's go. Danny. Go. Now.
Back to throw here. He's going to look deep for Perriman. And that's caught inside the 30. How about a 39-yard pickup? They'll take it.
It's your first drive of the second half. You're down on the scoreboard. Maybe you just say to yourself, let's take a shot, see if we can shake them up. And, boy, they hit that one.
Check 3. Showing it. Yes.
They'll run on 1st down. Jones. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
30 base. I'm here all day. Say. Protein spill. Shoot.
Again, it's Jones. And an alley to run. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Throwing on first down, Chavez. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
90, Wolf. Smooth. Mike, check. 59. Look at me, zipper. Check 59, Mike. Pilot, 64. Ready?
Chavez now, looking to throw on 2nd down. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 42.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Now a carry for Sanders. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Chavez off the play fake. And this is caught. It's Parker. They give him a gain of 38.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Miles Sanders hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown, and cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Go! Yep.
We don't like the 48 right now. Let's go.
Back to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey. Mike 48. Pick me up.
Now back to throw. He gets this complete to Shaheen, the tight end. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
Go.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Back now in Tampa. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the fourth quarter. Now a play fake here on first down. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Check 31, check 31. Kill, kill, kill.
Look at me. Door, get it.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Shaheen, the tight end on the right side. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 12-yard line.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal.
Box truck.
Second and 2. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Chris Godwin with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. I don't want to say that they're completely against the wall here, Charles, but all of a sudden, with the run that they've been on the other sideline, this is down to a 3-point game. They got to be careful.
Not much space from their back to the wall, though. So you're exactly right. They've got to be careful here. But this is where the value of note-taking and recall comes into play. What was working earlier? Why was it working? Can you get those types of matchups again? And can you run those plays that'll get you a little bit more breathing room and a little bit of space?
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Complete. Smith has it. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that. But it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on third down.
Switch. Jump.
Hey, Sam off.
Now Chavez operating from the gun. And that's caught by Smith. 17 there and a New Orleans first down. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Flush to his right, and he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 10 yards, good for his Saints, first down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down now, it's Sanders. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Chavez. And it's caught by Parker. The 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Devontae Parker, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Saints 31, Buccaneers 21. Will Lutz to kick off for New Orleans.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
48 Mike. 48 Mike. Let him know, let him know.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
You gonna see me in your nightmare.
1st and 10 at the 30.
Looking to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 18. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Now Chavez to throw on 1st and 10. Looking long for Thomas. It's caught at the 10. It's a big play there for the Saints. 43 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. It's been an easy day for them.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
59 Mike, 59 Mike, check, 59.
Back to throw. Chavez looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas with his 19th touchdown, his second of the game. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. He'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Hey, orbit.
33, 33.
Hey, we heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges. Hey, check
Now.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is caught by Evans. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
Hey, Alpha.
Check like 33, check like 33.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Now a desperation throw deep into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Going deep for Walker. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Saints 45. Buccaneers 20.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. Bust through the tackle. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Ready.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for him.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 41. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Saints, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.